Hey folks, Caesar Perez here. In this video I'm going to explain permanent insurance for you. So if you're looking at this, you have the term option on this side, which I went over on the previous video or it might be the video on top of this one, but this one I will explain what the permanent options are and exactly what they mean. I will go ahead and explain what GUL means. GUL means guaranteed universal life. So a guaranteed universal life policy guarantees your coverage up to a certain age. So for example, in this case, I have $300,000 in coverage selected, and if I wanted to cover me for up to age 85, that would be the monthly premium, which is $155. Age 100, $155, and age 120, $156 per month. So I can get $300,000 of coverage, and I can get it to cover me up to age 120, and I would only pay that much per month. That is why the name of this policy is a permanent policy. Now, the way that a guaranteed universal life works is you're essentially, let me go ahead and look for the paint. Okay, so I'm going to show you here in a graph. So essentially what's happening is, let's say I think I had it at age 32. So the money that you're paying into this policy, the I think it was $156 per month, a portion of that money initially when you're 32, it does not cost $156 internally for the insurance company to insure you. So a portion of that money is going into a separate account, which is building up what we call cash value. As you get older, there's going to come a point where the cost of the insurance exceeds the $156. The internal cost is going to exceed the $156 that you are paying. And so when that happens, so let's say for example in this it's 156. Let's say you get to age 60 or 80 or whatever age you get to, and the price of the insurance is now $180 per month. So you're only paying 156. So the rest of the money comes from the money that's built into the cash value. So the cash value, the money that's going in here, is also earning interest at a guaranteed interest rate. So it's going up, and then there comes a point where the cost of insurance gets more expensive, so it has to start depleting that cash value until you reach your guaranteed age, which in this case would be 120 years of age. If the person dies anywhere between the age that they got the policy and the age where the policy expires, then their family gets the death benefit. In this case, I believe I had a death benefit of $300,000. So my family would get that amount of money if I died anywhere in between this time frame. If I live to 121 years, then that's it, because the policy only covers me until I'm 120 years of age. And so that's essentially how a guaranteed universal life policy works. The other type of policy that you are going to see here is what we call a final expense policy. Now, a final expense policy is a policy that is only to pay final expenses. For example, funeral expenses, maybe a few other. Oops, sorry about that. Maybe a few other items that are outstanding if you're older. It's usually for somebody older. It does say on there that it's for somebody that's the youngest age you can get a final expense policy is if you are 45 years of age. So for somebody older who is in their 40s, over 45, maybe 50, then that would be the policy to go with. So let me go ahead and give you an example of the pricing. Okay, so if I'm going for a final expense policy, it's gonna allow me to choose, a downward to $5,000. So I believe this one's for somebody who's 48 years of age. It's a final expense policy is a permanent policy, which means that you can keep this type of policy until the day that you die, and these policies are gonna go up until age 120, as you can see. So essentially, with this policy, the amount would be $20,000 for somebody who's 48 years old, and they would only pay $52 per month, and it would be a $20,000 death benefit. Now the death benefit is gonna stay leveled. It's not gonna go up. It's not gonna go down. It's gonna stay at 20,000 forever, and the premium is never gonna go up. So the $52 a month and 72 cents that the person is paying, that is never gonna go up, and it's never gonna go down. In this type of policy, you have what's called this is what we call a whole life policy. And a whole life policy, the way that works is typically you're going to have your death benefit. Let's say it's $20,000. You're paying your $52 per month. A portion of the premium also goes into an account which earns interest, which is called a cash value account. Now, with this type of policy, you are able to, if the cash value, whatever it builds up to be, if you cancel your policy, that cash value, you can either get it paid out to yourself. So after if you've been paying for the policy for 10-15 years, there's gonna be some cash value in there. If you decide to let the policy go, it will give you a portion of what you've been paying back. The other thing that it will do is you can also use this cash value. So let's say you have already had $5,000 of cash value in there. Maybe you've been paying for it 15 years. After the 15 years, if you have $5,000 of cash value, you can also take what's called reduced paid up insurance. We call it reduced paid up, RPU, reduced paid up insurance. When somebody takes reduced paid up insurance, then what happens is the 20,000, they are no longer insured for 20,000, because what they are essentially doing is they're trading their $5,000 that they had in the cash value, they're trading it in to buy a one-time policy. So maybe that 5,000 will buy you $10,000 of life insurance. However, if you do the reduced paid up, you never have to pay a premium again, but you remain insured for whatever the reduced paid up amount is at that time. So you have three options with a whole life policy. You can either keep paying your premium, you can cancel your policy and cash out, or you can take reduced paid up insurance and remain insured for the rest of your life. And so pretty much that's how that works. And there's going to be another video. Please check it out. Thank you for watching.